to have someone like a Beyonce or a Madonna say to the LGBTQ community, I support you, I love you, I want to fight for you, what's happening to your rights in the administration is not okay with me, I want to change it, I want you, all my fans to change it. That's, I mean, you cannot deny the power of celebrity in that way.
Absolutely. Hi, welcome back to the Q Agenda. We're here with Anthony Ramos from GLAAD. He is the head of talent. Today we're talking about entertainment, how it intersects with nonprofit work and activism, and we're so glad to have you.
Thanks for having me, guys. I've been wanting to be here for a while. So
we are so excited that you're here.
Yes.
I want to learn a little bit about you, this journey.
The mystery.
How did you get into all of this, and how did you get involved with GLAAD, and your background? Just tell me a little bit about yourself.
So I have been in the entertainment industry for, let's see here, 16 years now, which is crazy because I'm only 21. But,
so am I.
But so before, I've been with GLAAD for 2 years, doing all of their celebrity, influencer, notables work to really get people like that to help accelerate our message of acceptance. But prior to that, I was at Access Hollywood as a producer and a contributor for a really long time, and found myself in a position where I was loving working in entertainment, loving the work that I was doing, loving the relationships that I had built, but also personally wanting to maybe do something that felt a little bit more meaningful, a little bit more, doing some good work for the world. So at Access, I led all of our work when we with GLAAD, the GLAAD Media Awards. So I had been very much in their world. And this opportunity came on board for me to just kind of come with them full time and to lead all of their celebrity and entertainment work. And I jumped and took and I've been loving it ever since. It's been a great 2 years. I love working for Sarah Kate Ellis, our president and CEO. She's an incredible woman that I've learned so much from. And I think it's been a great blend of my activism work for the LGBTQ community and then also, my passion in my career with entertainment.
I also want to know, in an era that we live in, that it's about fake news.
Yes.
Okay? They call it fake news, and I hate that term, but the fake news, what are the issues that we really need to concentrate on right now that GLAAD is tackling? Because if it's happening, GLAAD's on the ground, covering it, reporting. I get more of my news from following GLAAD on social media about what's happening in the LGBTQ world than in national network.
And maybe we could back up a little bit just so the audience, catch the audience up on what GLAAD, what your mission is.
Yeah. So GLAAD, we are, what makes us unique is we work with and through media to accelerate acceptance for the LGBTQ community. And what that means is we are working with TV studios, we are working with film studios, we're working with musicians, we're working with video gamers, we're working with digital influencers, all to make sure that stories for the LGBTQ community are being told, but not just that they're being told, but that they're being told properly and accurately and with the right care. So we very much work with Hollywood all the time because if you think about it, so many times of what people see on TV defines on what they think is the LGBTQ community. So obviously, we want there to be powerful and accurate storylines on TV. We want there to be powerful movies. We want musicians to be able to talk about, their pronouns or dating men and women, or video games is a new world that we've really gotten ourselves into too. Because I myself am not a gamer, but it's a part of the business that is also becoming very inclusive and changing. We're in this moment where there's lead characters in video games that are lesbians or pansexual, or it's definitely all of that. So yeah, GLAAD, we work through media to make sure that proper and inclusive and diverse stories are being told.
And you're working, to Enrique's question, you're working also, it's in the political realm now. I mean, I guess everything is political these days. Do you find that Hollywood we're in a prime political moment, and is that why GLAAD has found itself working in both arenas?
Yeah, and that's the thing, because it's, GLAAD is not a political organization, but because of the world that we're in, where the media every single day is dominated by what's happening in the White House. It's not something that we can, ignore, and we, have to be a part of it, because what we're seeing is that we can work through media to get people to understand and want to have change and want to fight for change for what's happening in the White House. Something just last month in September, we hosted the first ever LGBTQ presidential forum with all of the Democratic candidates, except Bernie, unfortunately. But we were in Iowa on the ground with these candidates because basically up until that point, we watched the debates and the LGBTQ community were left out of the conversation.
Right.
It was never brought up, and we, internally at GLAAD were like, we must get them. We want to know what they can do for us. We are voting just like anyone else. We need to know. So we went to Iowa, did this amazing event, and we had Angelica Ross, the amazing actress from Pose and also on American Horror Story, 1984 right now. And she, is such an incredible activist and has been for so many years. So it was an amazing time for us to be there in Iowa, of all places, Cedar Rapids, Iowa. There's no direct flights there, by the way. But,
Wow.
I know. And to be with someone like Angelica Ross and Pete Buttigieg and Kamala Harris and Joe Biden. So yeah, that's like definitely when media and politics cross, and we are definitely a part of that conversation.
There's a lot of criticism, when there's like an Alyssa Milano or a big star that are political, and then people go like, stick to your lane, be an actor. We don't want to hear your opinions. Why is it so powerful to reach out to the celebrities and have them speak for GLAAD?
I think at the end of the day, with celebrities speaking out, there's nothing more impactful than having someone, we've had a very successful year. We've had Madonna in New York, we had Beyonce and Jay-Z in Los Angeles. But if you think about someone like Beyonce or Jay-Z or Alyssa Milano or Paula Abdul, who we just had in San Francisco, who are these world superstars that have massive followings, and people listen to them, listen to what they have to say because of who they are, and because they're fans of them, and because they want to listen to them. So to have someone like a Beyonce or a Madonna say to the LGBTQ community, I support you, I love you, I want to fight for you, what's happening to your rights in the administration is not okay with me, I want to change it, I want you, all my fans, to change it. You cannot deny the power of celebrity in that way.
Absolutely. And do you have like a personal favorite story of a celebrity that you've worked with that you just were really touched by, or a story around a celebrity?
I don't mean to there's a couple, but I don't mean to keep going back to the Beyonce thing, but I think
that's kind of what everyone does. We're always back to that. Should be like our
Queen
theme.
Bee.
Yeah, back to the Beyonce.
It was just one of those situations, coming into the organization 2 years ago, I obviously found her to be such an inspiration, and I think even as she has gotten, a little bit older and more into her own solo career, she's really used her voice to speak on things that, she feels passionate about. And so when I came on board, I knew that there was a dream of Beyonce happening, and so I love a challenge and I love to make things happen. And so, when those conversations happened and when I realized that we were going to have Beyonce on stage, who is obviously, one of the biggest celebrities, most followed, most loved celebrities in the world, on stage, I not only was excited that she was going to be there, but to have her speech, this opportunity for her to speak directly to the LGBT community and say, basically, she said, it was a love letter to the community, but beyond that, she spoke about her uncle who passed away from HIV. And that was, a moment that I don't even think that I even expected it to be so impactful, because she was reaching the HIV affected community and people of color. And, I think that was a moment that I'll just never forget. And also Madonna, the same thing. I mean, she spoke about living through, the AIDS crisis
The 80s, and her friends the dying left
Exactly.
and right, up and down. That speech was beautiful.
Which younger generations we
They don't
totally
understand
miss.
it.
Well, because
Yeah.
people no longer die of AIDS
Yeah.
because of the treatments and everything.
well,
But to
Right.
bring awareness to it, and a whole other conversation, and I don't want to sidetrack, but with the cost of medication and what it costs to
Right.
stay alive and everything, it's great to put the spotlight
Yeah.
on that
And
conversation.
some actually television shows now are incorporating these into their storylines too. So it's kind of neat to see that that Hollywood is attempting to
Yes.
show the world what it really is like every day.
And I do want, I have to be fair because, Beyonce and Madonna are our allies, but in terms of LGBTQ celebrities, because that, for me, is the number one thing at GLAAD. I want, not just celebrities, but we have to celebrate the achievements of LGBTQ people. We have
Good
to
point.
raise up all of those people. So I think, two people that we've worked with that I think are really leading the charge. I think Lena Waithe, for example, is just, a tremendous force, acting, producing, writing, doing it all. We have done a lot of work with her. So I just, every time that we get to be around her, I feel like the magic happening.
Absolutely. Well, the magic's happening right here
Yeah.
with you coming
Yes.
to visit us.
Of course.
And please come back. Please, please, please. We have to
Absolutely.
make this a regular
Anytime.
thing.
Hey.
Absolutely.
And if you want to learn more, please go visit GLAAD.org. You can get all the information, all the programs, and everything they're doing. Contribute, participate, volunteer. Anything you can do helps.